Hey everyone, hope you're staying healthy and dry. Today we're going to be doing a short lesson on solving division equations. Now to solve a division equation, we're going to be using the multiplication property of equality. So a division equation would look something like this. R divided by 2 equals 8. Now remember that fractions are division, so we're going to write it like this instead of just r divided by 8. So when you see r divided by 2, we're going to use the inverse, and we're also going to use the multiplication property of equality, which reads as follows. It's when you multiply the same term or same number on both sides, it keeps our equation balanced. So we're going to use the multiplication term, which is multiplication is the inverse of division, to cancel out everything and just leave r by itself. So here we have r divided by 2 equals 8. Remember, this fraction means division. So what we're going to do is we're going to use the inverse. What is the inverse of division? Multiplication. So we're going to multiply both sides by 2. We multiplied both sides by 2 because we follow the golden rule. We multiply both sides by 2. This cancels out. 8 times 2 is 16. R equals 16. Now, why does that work? Well, as you remember, r divided by 2, when we divide something by 2, it's the same thing as multiplying it by 1/2. So r divided by 2 is actually 1/2 r. And we talked a little bit about this yesterday. So if we have 1/2 r, which is the same thing as r divided by 2, 1/2 times r. Remember, I'll say that again one more time. 1/2 times r is the same thing as r divided by 2. So if we have this, how do we get rid of this 1/2? We multiply the fraction by its reciprocal. So the reciprocal of 1/2 is 2 over 1, or just 2. So when we multiply this fraction by its reciprocal, which is 2, we're going to end up with 1 because it cancels. It becomes 2 times 2 and 2 times 1 and 2 times 1, 2 over 2. Multiply any fraction by its reciprocal, it becomes 1. So it becomes 1r, which is just r. So in reality, what we're doing over here is we're saying that r divided by 2, this division problem, we're really multiplying it by its reciprocal, but for our cases, we don't. This is why it works, but we just need to be able to show our work and show that we know how to multiply the coefficient. So if we have a problem like r over 4 equals 9, r divided by 4 equals 9, that's what this is. We're going to multiply both sides by 4. That's going to bring this to 1r and just r. 9 times 4 is 36. Make sure you're showing your work, but when you're solving a division problem, again, we want to use our multiplication property of equality to multiply the same term on both sides. That's the golden rule. What you do to one side, you do to the other. Show me your work. Make sure you show your multiplication on both sides, and then show me your answer, and then box your answer if you can. So it's pretty simple. We've covered multiplication, that was we used division. Now we're doing the opposite today. We're using the inverse of division, which is multiplication, to cancel out this coefficient here and be left with our final answer, an r by itself. That's all I have for today. Pretty simple topic. Tomorrow we'll get into functions and we'll go from there. All right, stay healthy, stay dry, and have a pleasant day.